to market your business online. Many of us have been using it for a couple of years. Does that sound accurate? We're not new, right? We've been working on it for a while. But it's still the buzzword or phrase that we hear the most about. And that's the problem. We've made social media our complete focus. We obsess over likes and shares, but forget about important business metrics. What does a like translate into dollars and cents? For the majority of us, 63% of us, if that survey adds up, it's not a lot. There's no denying that there are so many benefits involved with social media marketing. I know you can't see this. Oh, but you have slides, so you can. But you can see a lot of people said that social media marketing has increased their exposure, increased traffic, developed loyal fans, provided marketplace insight, generated leads, improved search ranking, grown business partnerships, reduced marketing expenses, and improved sales. So that's a lot. I think we can say it. That's a lot of benefits. But again, we want to know the actual value. And in order to do that, we need to change the way that we think about social media. We need to stop putting it in a bubble. If you can see here, marketing strategy is in the middle, and social media is just another way to distribute your message. When I first heard that, this is what happened. Because that's all we hear about is social media, but it's really just another marketing channel. So rather than thinking about social media, it's time to think about your entire marketing strategy and how social media fits into that plan. The first step in any marketing plan is to determine your goals. What is it exactly that you want to accomplish? With your marketing, you want to create a SMART goal, one that's specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. Since I know we have a lot of different people from all sorts of different industries, we're actually going to go through a couple of goals this morning and talk about the different methods and best practices that we can use to achieve those goals. So the first one we're going to start with is the one that I actually think is the easiest to measure, which is to increase traffic to your website. So we'll set a goal here of increasing website traffic by 20% year over year. So again, we have something that is specific. We want to increase the traffic by 20%. How are we going to do that? Is going to be in our plan, but we have a year, so we have a time deadline. When do we hope to accomplish this goal? Your website should be the center of your marketing strategy. It is without a doubt your most valuable marketing tool. It's available when you're not. Maybe your customers are insomniacs and they find their best information in the middle of the night. Do you want them calling you? I don't. Call me in the morning, but check out my website until then. It's also a central place for your customers to learn more about you and your business. Yes, they can get a good idea of who you are from your social media accounts, through your descriptions and through your pictures. But we're pretty limited on space on how to portray that. With your website, it's all about you. You can add or include anything you want. You can have an about page that goes on for 3,000 words. That's an awful lot, so I wouldn't recommend doing that, but if you really wanted to, you could. You can also have a frequently asked questions page, so if you find that someone is asking you the same question over and over again, you can answer it before they even get any further in their purchase decision. Your website is also the most likely place that your customer or potential customer is going to take. They will take the action to learn more about you and possibly purchase from you. You know, this could be by submitting a contact form, making a phone call, or making a purchase. But now for the tricky part. How do we get your customer from your social media account to your website? I don't need to tell you that social media, like all marketing channels, is a unique animal. If you decided to purchase a newspaper ad, you might create a half-page ad dedicated to all of the benefits about your business. If you were to do a 30-second radio spot, you would cram that half minute into all of the reasons why someone would want to be your customer. Social media is different. You can't just state your message over and over and over again and hope that it sticks. You can't forget about the first word, which is social. The rule of thumb for social media marketing is that your post should be 80% promotional and 80% non-promotional and 20% promotional. Of course, this ratio may vary according to business, but that's where I would begin. And we'll talk about this more in detail. So, you might be thinking, why would I spend 80% of my time not promoting my business? And the reason is because you are building a relationship. Can you imagine going to an event, having someone approach you, talk your ear off for 5 minutes, then walk away? Would you want to work with them? That's not how you build a relationship. It's a give and take. So it's important that in addition to promoting yourself, you are actually giving them something of value. Create a dialogue. Have a conversation. Put yourself in the shoes of your customer and ask, what would I like to see from this company? Remember, relationship building was the sole purpose behind the creation of social media.
Hey Katie,
Yes.
what I found is a good way to think about it, like the other forms of marketing, so newspaper, radio, I mean, you're pushing it out to your customers, and it's out there and it's being pushed to them as a whole. Social media always seemed to me that you create something of interest in the conversation, but it has to be shared. So someone has to be interested about it and then share it to get shared again, and then the message spreads that way.
Absolutely. Yes, something that people like so much that they want to share it with their friends. They want to share it with their family. They want to spread your message. Yep, I definitely agree. That's the missing puzzle piece that I think a lot of people forget.
So it's electronic word of mouth, basically.
Absolutely. Okay, let's get back to the measurement. Your website has another huge advantage over other marketing channels because you can easily measure its performance. By using a free tool called Google Analytics, you can see the traffic on your website, where they're coming from. Now, Google Analytics is just a snippet of JavaScript code that you place on your website that anonymously tracks the visitors on your site. Now, this is just a snippet of how when you first log into Google Analytics, you're just given a ton of information right off the bat. You can see that there were 424 users. They looked at 1,732 pages. They spent an average of 3 minutes and 25 seconds, and it looked at about 2.39 pages. So just without even going any further, just right on the first screen, you're given so much information.
Is that still very heavily keyword driven? I mean, I know back in the day when websites were first and you wanted to be found, it was all words. All words, because if somebody typed, food, you wanted them to come to see, or, whatever it is. Is that still the case?
Yes and no. Sorry, that's a bad answer, but it really depends on the business.
Okay.
And we actually will see, it all depends on who your customer is, how they might find you.
Okay.
So we'll actually talk about that. How they're actually coming to your website. So that's actually what we're the next slide for us. So you're right on the ball. What we're after is the website acquisition. So you can see this is just a random image. This isn't any of my clients. I just pulled this right off of Google. So along the way you're going to see images and the numbers are not going to add up, and that is why. But you can see that right here, the biggest driver of traffic is from organic search. So people actually found you by using the keywords that popped up your website. The second is direct, so they typed your website address right into the browser. The third is referral, so someone found your website from someone else's website. Yep, and they had a link to yours, so that's how they found you. And the last is social.